An air traffic controller has just reported that the Jetman is back. For those unaware, for the last few years pilots and air traffic controllers have reported seeing mysterious flying humans, with pilots detailing that at some points these flying beings were able to overtake them. The reports were even passed on to the FBI, but as of right now it's unclear who or what exactly is behind the mysterious sightings. The most recent report came from an air traffic controller who could be heard talking to SkyWest Flight. The incident happened yesterday close to Los Angeles International Airport. What's odd is that the majority of these sightings have happened around Los Angeles Airport, although people are confused as to how this flying humanoid is able to overtake planes. At first it was suggested that it may have been a drone of some sort, but when it was announced that they were flying at incredibly fast speeds, others suggested more out there theories. Last year 4 pilots reported seeing something similar around the same area, while pilots in England reported that they had seen something similar, noting that the flying humanoids were able to fly at hundreds of miles per hour. The report on Wednesday details the following. A Boeing 747 pilot reported seeing an object that might have resembled a jetpack, 15 miles east of LAX at 5,000 feet altitude. A Federal Aviation Administration spokesperson said in a statement, "Out of an abundance of caution, air traffic controllers alerted other pilots in the vicinity." In recordings obtained by the CBS network, the air traffic controls can be heard saying the following. SkyWest 3626 use caution. The Jetman is back. Let me know if you see him. SkyWest 326. Did you see the UFO? We are looking but we didn't see Iron Man. Evergreen 8023 use caution. There was a report of a man in a jetpack around 5,000 feet in the vicinity of Los Angeles. As of right now, no one knows who is behind the sightings of the flying humanoid. Some amateur pilots have suggested that what's being seen is that of an unidentified flying object, while others have said it could be what's being described, and that's that it's a man on a jetpack flying around Los Angeles. David Mayen, CEO of LA-based Jetpack Aviation, said that he doubts that it's someone using a jetpack, saying the following. They'd run out of fuel. They used fuel too quickly. Mayman said, adding a typical flight time for a jetpack is around 5 to 10 minutes. If it's a real jetpack it's noisy. People would have heard it take off and land. Others followed on from this and said that it's definitely not someone using a jetpack, and that all of the testimonies point towards it being something else, noting that the speeds and the way it's able to change direction proves that it's not someone using a jetpack. One idea is that this could be an unidentified flying object in the shape of a human, as that would explain how it's able to travel so fast, and why no one hears it, and why it hasn't been captured on video. Although some say this isn't a UFO, at this moment in time technically this is a UFO. It's a flying object that can't be identified. Other amateur researchers have come forward and said this isn't the first time this type of sighting has been reported, going on to say that nearly all of these cases still to this day remain a mystery. The number of pilots who have come forward in detail seeing mysterious objects isn't anything new, but perhaps the sad part about this is that most of these get ignored. It seems almost bizarre that someone like a pilot can report seeing something mysterious, and no further investigation is carried out. After all, these are the people that spend the most amount of time in the sky, so when they report something strange it should be taken more seriously. One person said the following. It's weird how both of these reports have been made so close to one another. It's a really interesting story. Could this be some kind of new technology that's being carried out above Los Angeles? Either way, it's odd that pilots are saying that it looks like a humanoid on a jetpack. To my knowledge, there's no jetpack in the world that's able to take a human to these kinds of heights. End quote. Back in 2014, News broke that pilots on a passenger plane were left confused when they witnessed a flying humanoid going past them at 3,500 feet. They couldn't wrap their heads around how a human was able to zip past them so quick, and secondly where it had come from. Aviation experts then admitted that they were too baffled by the reported sightings of a flying humanoid. After making the news, the flying humanoid was then given the name of the Superman of Macclesfield. The mysterious individual suddenly appeared out of nowhere and was able to overtake the Airbus 320. This was while the plane was flying close to Cheshire Town in England. The pilot and the first officer reported the strange sighting to air traffic control, where at first they thought the individual may have been a paraglider. However, they couldn't see any gear on the humanoid, and so ruled this out. Things got even more confusing when air traffic control reported that they hadn't picked anything up on radar. It was as if the mysterious individual had appeared then suddenly vanished. Teams on the ground were sure that the individual that was seen must have been a paraglider. However, further checks were carried out to see if any paragliders or people using parachutes were seen in the area, and it turns out that no one was in the area during this strange encounter. Officials at the UK Airports Board, who investigate near misses in British airspace, came forward and said that they think this is one of those cases that will likely never be solved. The report states the following. They sighted the object a few hundred meters in the 11 o'clock position 2 to 300 feet above. It passed down the left-hand side of the aircraft at 100 to 200 meters. The crew only saw it fleetingly. There was no time to avoid action, and they reported that they based their assumptions on it being a person under a canopy. But at the time the skies were clear and the pilots had visibility of around 6 miles. None of them remember seeing a canopy though. It wasn't long before experts from the British Hang Gliding and Paragliding Association got involved, and even they said that at the time of the report and due to weather conditions, it would have been impossible for a single flyer to be in the area, and travelling at the speeds they were. So what do you make of these strange reports, and who or what do you think is behind it? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.